Hey. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Talk Tuesday. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time, Talk Tuesday is our weekly segment where we go over tips to help you enhance your finances. I'm Coach D, and I want to help you to reach, not only reach, but reach and exceed your financial goals while still enjoying life in the process. So thank you for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe. Like this video, share it if you find it helpful. This month, we'll be focusing on credit because this month is the National Credit Awareness Month. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Hey. Look at all of you guys already in the chat. Check you guys out showing out. Hey. Thank you all for hopping in. We're going to talk about credit today. So today we're going to talk about what it is, why it's important. So that's what we're going to talk about. So hey, excited to have you guys here. All right. So before I get started, because I'm going to just go into it, but I know sometimes there could be a delay. I'm not sure, but I want you to let me know in the chat, when did you get your first? I don't want to say piece of credit, but when did you experience credit first? Did you get it when you were about to get it, or did you get it, or did you learn about it, you know, um, before you got it? Did I say that right? Did you learn about it when you were about to get it, like when someone was telling you about it, they want you to apply for it, or did you learn about it beforehand? That was my question, in case I didn't say it the way I wanted to. Oh, I'm happy to see you too. Thank you. So while you guys are writing, you can double multitask, listen while I'm talking. So what is credit? First things first. So credit is a number that is used to really show lenders your credit worthiness, and that score ranges from 300 to 850. So we're going to get into that today. So let me see, because I got a list of how I want to talk about it, so I don't got to stay on task. Sometimes I start talking, I just go into it. But let's see. I have on here, how is it calculated? So how is it calculated? It's calculated by the items that are on your credit report. So there are three different bureaus. So most of you know there's Experian, there's TransUnion, there's Equifax, and your scores will fluctuate. They'll be different on each of them. Why? Because different things report to different bureaus. So maybe item one might report to A and B, but not C. Item two might report to B, and C. So that's how scores can be different. Maybe something thing that you do really well on might only report to this one. Things that you might have had a slip up on might report to this one. So, excuse me. So that's how one score could be like lower than the rest of them. It doesn't know all the good stuff you're doing, or it's hearing more about the bad stuff that's going on, or the not so good stuff. So that's how your score can fluctuate between the two. You learned about it in college before you. Oh, yeah. So you learned about it beforehand. I got it in college. I didn't know anything about it and received credit card in the mail. I got it on a whim while I was at the store and they asked. See, and this is a lot of people experience this too, myself included, because if you've been here with me for a while, you know exactly how I got started. So I'm not going to get into that story because you guys are probably tired of hearing it. But a lot of times we don't learn about credit, we don't hear about credit until right when we're about to get it, when somebody's offering it to us and they make it sound so good. And of course, they don't tell you the other side of it. So we jump into it not knowing the full aspect of it. So we're excited to have it. So just like the three that commented, you all found out about it when you were about to get it. Before, okay. So you knew beforehand. That's good. You knew before you got one. That's awesome. All right. While in the department store, and that's how it all started. Listen, that all started for me in college. They were sending them things to the room. Hey. Thank you for tuning in. You're not tired of hearing my story. Oh, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. So this month, like I said, we're going to be focusing on credit. So my desire is to while I do my lives every week, talking about different things and different topics, it's literally just to be helpful, to help people to learn different things, and come in, come out. And I have you on here for a long time in different months, talk about different things. So and if people have ideas of things that maybe they want me to talk about, definitely let me know so I can put it on my schedule of things to talk about in the future. because I want to talk about what you guys want to hear about too. You know what I mean? I think about things, but there could be things you're thinking about that I don't know. Like, oh, you wanted to hear about that. So definitely let me know. So let me know. All right. So moving along. My next thing I had on here is, why is credit important? So credit is important because this is the thing that helps you to get lending from the banks, the credit unions, the people who issue the credit cards, other financial institutions. And these scores are, let's see. All right, your stories are very helpful to us. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I really appreciate it. I try to tell you stories because I am human. I learned from what I experienced. I learned from growing from that. Of course, you all know that I'm in school right now, and uh, working towards my accounting degree. So, I teach from experience and from education as well. But I like to share my stories about what happened with me, because if I can save you from going through what I went through, or if I could maybe make you feel comfortable, like, okay, so it's not just me. So that's why I like to share my stories. All right, so um, yes, accounting degree. I got 6 more classes. Woo, hanging in there. Woo. But anyway, back to the lives here. I got me off topic and looking at these comments and talking. So a high score lets the lenders know that you are a low risk, and that you're more likely to pay them back. Of course, they're going to love that. They're going to want to give to you. It's going to be easier. You don't have to go through so much. You're more likely to get a better interest rate. You're more likely to get a higher limit, because they know this person is going to give me my money back. Whereas if you have a low score, you have a higher risk, and they're less likely to give it to you. And if they do give it to you, they're going to charge you a larger interest rate, because in their mind it's like a fee for if you weren't to pay them back. So let's say they lend you or gave you a credit of maybe $1,000, for example, and they gave you a higher interest rate. So what you're paying back, is more in interest, but I guess in their way of thinking is you're going to be paying back earlier with the interest, so that they're getting their money before before you were like, what, I'm not paying this back no more. I'm tired. I've been paying this card up for so long. Versus somebody who has a better score, they might pay. Well, I didn't think of different scores or interest rates to tell you about, but there is drastic change. Some people's interest rates, like just thinking about for auto loans, somebody can have an interest rate that's like 1.9%, whereas someone else could have 15 or 14 or 13%, which, sounds like a large amount. It is a large amount. But if you're in need and you need this, you're going to take it, because you got to get to work. If you have kids, you got to take them to school, or you got to take them to, activities or whatever. Like, you got to do what you got to do. So, if you are in an interest rate like that, I would encourage you to tune in every day or every week this month as we talk about credit, because each time we're going to talk about something different. So today we talked about what it is, why it's important. Next week we'll go into how exactly your score is created. So there's two different types of scores. So you have the FICO score, which is like the most common one, that's used in the US. So that one is based on the 5 things we're going to talk about next week. So I'm not going to, get into that because that's what I want to talk about next week. But that's the one that most lenders use. That's the one that most people hear about, most people learn about. There's a newer one that came out, which is called, I believe it's called Vantage, your Vantage score. That's less, that came out, that was actually created by Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion together to create that score. So it's different from FICA. And that your Vantage score is usually what you'll see on your credit card statements. You'll see it on, what else will you see it? Was that Credit Karma? So it's scores. It's like it's not your, like it's your score, or it's a score for you, which is accurate from what they use to calculate your score. But most people, when you're applying for credit, are going to pull your FICO score. So it's like, yes, it's cool. You know what your Vantage score is, so it's beneficial. You kind of know where you're at, but it's not the exact score that the lenders are going to see when they actually pull it. So it's very good to, know both of the scores. And if you look at, where your scores are, they usually tell you, what kind of score they're showing you when you see it on your credit. Like when you log into your phone on your apps for your credit cards, they'll show you, what score they're giving you. They'll tell you if it's like 3.0, 1.0, 4.0, or whatever, because they're different things. So it's be mindful of that. Your Advantage score is a true score for you. It's just not calculated the same way as the FICO score. So that is the difference of those two. Let's see. Well, look at me. I done ran through all my stuff already. Did you guys have any questions? You guys have any questions? I must be talking fast today. Did you have any questions about credit? While we're on here, I'll give it a second so I don't have to cut us off. I can't believe I talk so fast today. But I thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the information. You are so welcome. I hope it is helpful. And I wanted to give you a tidbit this week because next week I want to get into, what your score, how your FICO score is created. I'm really excited about sharing that and digging into that. So saving that for next week. What does that do? It has you come back to see me next week. But you guys are going to come back anyway because you love me. And I love you guys too. This is awesome. You learned a lot. Awesome. I'm so glad. Congrats on getting that degree. Thank you. Any upcoming challenges? So right now we're live in my money mindset challenge. So I don't know what I'm going to do after that. I might do something. I'm not even going to say. I'm not going to say. I'm going to wait until I'm about to do it. But this challenge I'm really enjoying. It's just a 14-day challenge. And what we're doing, we're in here, we're working. I'm giving them prompts to just make them think about things and in their answers, I'm hoping that they're learning and it's showing them things, in their answer from them just thinking, about how they're answering their stuff. Oh, you're welcome. But I'll definitely let you guys know about challenges. That was a great question. But if you want a challenge every single month in my financial community, which is the Financial Freedom Mastermind, we have a monthly challenge. They just learned their challenge on Sunday for the month past. So you can join at any time of the month. So if you're interested, the link is in the caption of this. And I wasn't prepared to throw it in the chat, but I'll throw it in the chat after the live. If anyone's interested, I would love to have you. That is my thing, the group. I love it, love it, love it. So I would highly recommend that to anyone. Not only is there challenges, but we meet 4 times a month, and we work on actually creating your budget, understanding your budget, updating your budget, understanding it. And just like we talk about things here on live, we talk about things in the group. We have different topics. There's probably 20, 25 videos already in there of different recordings of, different sessions we've already had, which is a lot. You can learn from just coming in there. So if that's something you're interested in, come on in. Will I offer that challenge again? I might. What I'll do is at the end of this challenge, because this is the first time I did it, so I'm excited because I didn't really put it out there for a long time. I just put the link out there on Monday. We started on Friday. I did mention it the week before so that everybody that hopped in there was like, okay, it made me feel really good because you guys, they just jumped right on it. At the end, I'll definitely ask their opinion if it was helpful, if they liked it, they enjoyed it, which I hope they did. But if they, found, good success from it, I'll definitely do it again. But it's a free challenge, so it doesn't cost you anything but your time. But sometimes when we have free stuff, people don't appreciate it. They don't see the value. They don't really put their all into it. They don't really show up, But it's nothing I can do but just offer it and hope. And, my desire is that you do show up and learn from it. It's a great group. Oh, thank you. You need that challenge? Oh, well, all right. Well, I'll probably do it again. Like I said, I'm going to see how everybody feels. But then we have monthly challenges in the group. I thank you guys for tuning in. We'll do it again next week. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to YouTube, and share it with anybody you think can benefit from learning what credit is and what the importance of it is. So have a great rest of your day and enjoy your week. Happy budgeting.